Alright, so in this video, this is my first day back at the lake. This is launch day. And so I got to the lake around noon, and I took my time stepping the mast and putting the boat in the water. So I got the boat into the water a little bit after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And so, I figured, hey, I'm at the lake, I might as well take the opportunity to go sailing. So you can see here, there's very little wind. The water is smooth and glassy. And so I'm just slowly creeping into this little cove where I saw some people, and I thought, hey, I'll just swing in there, kind of wave, turn around, and then sail out, back into the lake. And so at this point, you can see a little bit of wind kind of coming in from the south, which, was welcome because it had been very light winds up to this point. So I'm like, all right, cool, we're going to get the boat moving a little better. So I keep sailing into this little cove. And so at this point, I can't really see down the lake because there's rocks on my starboard side. So, I'm thinking, okay, I got a little wind. Cool. Now in a second, you're going to hear my depth sounder alarm go off, which indicates less than 10 feet of water. So I make my turn, and I'm heading out back to the main lake, and you can see those rocks on the left. So at this point, I'm like, oh, okay, there's some serious wind coming in. So I'm already thinking, I need to reef the mainsail. But first, I got to clear those rocks that are now on my port side, because when I reef, I usually go hove to. And so the boat is drifting when you're hove to, and so you need to create some sea space where you can drift a little bit while you're doing that work. It only takes about 3 minutes, but you want to make sure you have the space to do it so nothing bad happens. So the wind continues to build, and again I'm just trying to kind of get out to the middle of the lake, and at this point I can see down the lake about 2 miles to the south end, and I can see like white caps coming down the lake, and so I know I need to reef, and the winds continue to build. So at this point the wind is absolutely howling, and so here's a little bit of what that actually sounds like. So when you go hove to, you want that headsail, the jib, as tight as it can be. So in a second you're going to see me tighten up the jib, and then I'll start my turn into the wind. Big gust right there. And so there I tighten the jib, and now I make my turn into irons basically, and then push the rudder over to the other side, and I'm hove to. So now I can start putting in my reef.